Okay, so today's lesson, well, first of all, let's catch up on what we did yesterday to get our brains in gear. So yesterday you worked on lesson 11, which was the fact that what is happening internally sometimes matches to how a character is on the outside and how they're reacting. But sometimes what's going on and the pressure on the inside of the character does not match what is going on the outside. And we saw that with the story, The Fight, where Will acted like he was, oh, yes, all gung-ho about fighting when Mike came up to him. And then on the inside, he's kind of scared. Okay, so internal is inside, external is outside. Today's lesson is different. This is lesson 12, and we are going to talk about mood changes. Let's see if I can get some focus for you. So in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you that places can change dramatically, which can affect the characters deeply. So notice I have a box around school, right? A rectangle. And I did that because that is the setting. That is the physical setting. But psychologically, in other words, what happens for Will is different. It's not always the same at the school. Let's just take the story Popularity, for example. It starts out that Will is sad. And I know that because the text says, I knew that 10-year-old boys were not supposed to spend their recess circling oak trees in search of four-leaf clovers, while the rest of our classmates played tag and kickball. This shows that, so here's my explanation. Will is sad because he doesn't fit in with old friends. All right, so that's how I know. I wanted to just give you the evidence and explain how I know that Will is sad in the beginning. All right. And so that's the mood. It's sad. All right. And then it's got like this brave feeling to it. Right. And then happy. Because remember, Will becomes popular towards the end. And I know some of you are thinking, well, those are also traits, which is true. All right. But sometimes that can overlap into the feeling, the general feeling for the setting. All right, so this whole thing is called a mood chain. In other words, it doesn't stay the same. It's not a sad mood through the entire story. It goes from sad to brave to happy. All right, well, that happens in any book or story. We can have the same setting. It's still the school. In the story, The Fight, same setting. But we have other moods going on. All right. And so this mood chain, all right, he goes from like the annoyed thing, the whole thing in the gym. It's like an annoying feeling. All right. And then peaceful, as kind of finished there in the gym and they're walking down the sidewalk, and then anxious in the cafeteria. And then, of course, very scared towards the end. All right. So this is the job today. All right, you may use The Fight. You may use the story that you're reading. But the job at hand is to create a mood chain and then to provide the evidence and explain the evidence for the first and the last in that mood chain. All right, how do you know that is the mood? All right, so remember, use your tag. You can use the text says, or you can use the other ones on the handout that you have available. And then this shows that, or this proves that, right? So explain how you know that evidence shows that mood. You only have to do that extra writing piece for the first and the last one in the chain. But you have to think, first of all, what are the moods throughout the story? How do they change just for that one place? So it should be in the same place. Okay, so when they leave, because they didn't actually fight at the school. So once they leave the school, you have to stop before they leave, because our whole point here is this was the setting of the school. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right? You might have said, oh, dangerous, but that's once they leave the school. All right? So just make sure you're in the same setting, create that mood chain, and then show us how you know the first one and the last one are true. That's the job at hand. Signing off. See you later.